We are looking at the Miami Dolphins mesh concept from 2019. Looking at the concept first before we get into the film. They ran this concept 9 times in their final 5 games. 7 of those 9 times were either on the edge of or inside the opposing red zone. Miami only got man coverage when they ran this, so the mesh sitters had never had to sit inside. But if you get zone, that's what the mesh sitters can do, where the flat defenders are out here. They're sitting in between the flat defenders. In man, what you're reading in mesh is the opposite side flat. So mesh runner's watching. If there's no one opposite side, if these guys vacate, he's going to keep running. Quarterback's going to watch him, try to put the ball on him in space so he can get upfield. Same for the opposite runner. Miami likes to run it with the guys that are closest to the formation so they can get across the field to the opposite flat as quickly as possible. Here's the other mesh concept they liked with some verts to clear out the underneath coverage. 3x2 empty set, they're running the mesh verts concept that we just looked at. So running back aligned as a tight end. He's meshing. Number one wide receiver to the weak side, motioning in. He's meshing as well. Tight end weak is getting vertical. Number two strong is getting vertical. Number one strong is getting vertical, clearing out the coverage. The quarterback's just reading these defenders on the measures and seeing which one, if either, get any separation. As you can see, this guy is immediately put in a trailing position, whereas the defender on the running back undercuts it pretty quickly. Opposite flat, both vacant, but since this guy's undercut and this guy's in trail position, puts it on the defender that's trailing. Wide receiver work in space. We can look at the end zone camera even better. Guy trailing and the linebacker jumping the running back's route. Tons of separation here for this quick mesh to the flat. All right, another 3x2 empty, this time a bunch and a stack. Tight end in a stack and a tight end in the bunch are both going to be the mesh runners. Coverage you're going to get is cover one with a robber or with a low hole player. The quarterback's got to make sure that low hole player doesn't jump one of these meshes. The mesh here is the primary read. See to the top of the screen, the tight end gives a great release. Immediately begins getting separation. Opposite flat's empty on both sides. This is the man coverage. Quarterback can just pick one, put it on him, let the guy run up in space. Watch the end zone view, just really see the separation. Watching this low hole defender, high hole. As soon as these guys get past these hole defenders and they didn't jump the routes, trailing position on both defensive backs. Quarterback can just pick one. Real simple throw and catch for some solid yardage. All right, we got 2x2 here. Meshing the inside guys, following with the outside guy, running a post up here. The running back in the backfield is a wide receiver. He's running a swing quickly. The swing is the primary read. Miami's relying on this being man coverage to pull the outside guys and leave this guy running the swing in a one-on-one in space. Trying to get one of your players the ball in space, make the first guy miss, get some yardage. As you can see, pulling these guys in one-on-one. From the end zone view. Ton of space to work with. Absolutely, it's very rare you'll see this tackle made. when you have this much space. So just playing the averages there. All right, this is another example of the way Miami uses mesh to open up the outside routes for one-on-ones to be attacked. So here they're attacking this one-on-one fade, wide receiver on cornerback. Tight end's motioning in. He's running the seam up the middle between the meshes. Mesh runner here, mesh runner here. Quarterback's just going to watch the single eye safety. Real good defense on this snap. But as you can see, based on alignment, you got a one-on-one single eye safety. As long as the quarterback watches him post snap, if the safety isn't immediately kicking out to this number one, you're going to have a one-on-one for the fade. So he stays middle, got a one-on-one, tosses it up. Just looking at the mesh from this view. If the safety did kick over immediately, he could always look down to the meshes. Since this guy's trailing and this guy's trailing, you got empty flat here, empty flat here. Since this man coverage, this is just showing how Miami uses mesh to attack the outside with one-on-ones.